Welcome back. In today's episode, we're going to be going over the procedural mesh generation that we created for our tron-like trail mechanic. As I said in my last video, there's tons of backlog content. We've been working for 4 months now-ish, so we're going to be starting with the oldest stuff, and eventually we'll catch up to current development. So this is the very first thing that we decided to work on, because in the game jam version, we literally just spawned a bunch of tall cubes based on distance, and there wasn't even object pooling, so, you know, that's not very good. A little editor's note, it's also kind of the core of the game. So yeah. So we ended up landing on Cat-like Coding's tutorial for procedural grids. This helped us get an understanding of how meshes work and how to manipulate them and create them procedurally. By the way, if you plan on working with procedural meshes, I highly recommend using Gizmos. They are a lifesaver. Once we understood the basics of how to work with meshes, we added in our distance-based extrusion, and then linked it up to a leading point object that we would move around and, you know, test things out. Over the course of about 1 to 2 weeks, we slowly but surely developed an algorithmic approach to smoothing out any jagged edges. We considered many different ways of approaching this problem, but in the end we settled on comparing the angle of 3 different points to a threshold value. From there, some math is done to figure out where the new set of vertices should be, and then those positions are inserted into the vertices list. We also used a similar approach to figure out the rotation of the vertice sets. You may be wondering what I mean by rotating a vertice set. Well, the way we actually manipulate these is we use a single point in the center. And that point has its own rotation, and it basically acts as if it was a quad or a face in Blender. The vertices are just placed local to that center point with a variable offset defined by user parameters. It's still not perfect, but I'm extremely happy with the results. Of course, this is boiling it down to a syrup, so to speak. I didn't even talk about UVs or any of that other stuff. So, yeah. And that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.